Hello everyone, welcome to another Let's Play. My name is Anna Mardal and today we'll be going through 2064 Read-Only Memories. Now if you remember last time, we had gone to our friend's apartment and we got hit in the head and we ended up in chapter 2 in a hospital. And it was all very mysterious because why didn't someone who hit us in the head take this pretty robot? So here's our vitals saying we're okay. Has Turing been sitting here by your side the entire time?
I think I recognize that voice, but I can't be sure.
Oh yes, someone spoke to us from the next bed over. You seem to be doing okay. Do we have any vitals to listen to? Listening to your diagnostic readings so close and focused is kind of creepy.
Everything is okay.
Okay, so let's open the curtain. There is a patient.
I'm glad you're okay.
He's our roommate.
Sorry for being a nosy, Nancy. Hayden's an old friend of mine, and this sounded all too familiar.
What are the odds?
Has anything happened to him?
Who are you?
Of course. I've not yet introduced myself. My name is Dr. Yannick Fairlight, and I'm the founder and former CEO of System 1 Software, now owned by Parallax.
And you're in this hospital?
He is telling the truth, at least as far as I can intuit from information on the meshnet. And I do recall Hayden mentioning a Dr. Fairlight, at least once in passing at some point.
See, I don't bite. I hate to be the one to tell you, but privacy screens are hardly soundproof.
I don't like it.
However, if this situation concerns us both, perhaps we can help each other.
I don't trust him.
I won't press you for details, but perhaps I could be of some assistance, I remember my association with Hayden fondly, and I'd be happy to help in any way I can.
What are you doing here?
The chair you find me in is an advanced diagnostic and life support ROM. Its development is one of my hobbies. It monitors my vitals and administers medications as necessary to keep my body stable. I likely would have perished long ago without it, or at least would have been severely bedridden. It requires frequent maintenance, and I'm here to have it examined. There's a particular fellow at this hospital who is the only one I trust to run the correct diagnostics and fine-tune things to my exact need. It's the same way you might get your car serviced, making sure everything's in check. It's too integral to my health to count on just luck.
Well, that's reasonable.
Unfortunately, many critically injured patients were rushed into surgery all at once, and my appointment has been pushed back. The hospital administrators placed me here with a resting patient so as not to be disturbed by the chaos outside. I don't think they expected you to awaken quite as quickly as you did.
Well, that's a believable explanation, but that's still quite a coincidence.
Ah, yes. As I've mentioned, Parallax acquired my company, System 1 Software. I accepted a CTO position, and additionally served on Parallax's board for several years. The other directors and I had a difference of opinion about the direction the organization should take.
What's the difference of opinion about kidnapping?
The non-centralized data scheme for most ROMs used today seemed ludicrous at the time. We were playing with fire, dangerous, morally ambiguous fire, and well, we hadn't invented a bucket of water.
What?
So when Parallax's servers were destroyed by hobbyist hackers, well, needless to say, it was a PR nightmare. Everything halted until we could get the damage fixed.
Were we supposed to know this already?
And since the security work that goes into maintaining the integrity of near-impenetrable meshnet is astronomically expensive, we had our share of disagreements. In the end, I was voted off the board and they went on without me. Do I have hard feelings? Of course, who wouldn't? In the end, though, it really doesn't matter. I'm an old rich man with enough hobbies to last the next 2 decades.
How did you meet Hayden?
Hayden and I made our acquaintance when the two companies first underwent the merger. At the time, he was a young, hotshot researcher working in the search data correlation sector. He was assigned to find the best ways to integrate Parallax's own collection and analysis tools into System 1's LIPS operating. He was a bit much to handle at times, honestly.
Okay, move this along.
His research? No, not so much. I remember at the time he had interest in advanced machine sapience, but that is the realm of science fiction. He once showed me a prototype of his. She was quite clever, very convincing, but you could tell she did not contain the spark of life. I assume that you are another of his creations.
Yes, I am. I'm sorry, I didn't introduce myself. My name is Turing.
And see, it's Anna.
Did you say she?
Ah, yes. She was quite insistent on that fact over the course of my conversation with her. Hayden said that she had picked out the color for her casing herself, pastel pink. Still, I must assume you are far more advanced than she, if you're spearheading the search for your creator.
Know about her? It sounds like no.
Perhaps I should have had more faith in Hayden's little hobby.
Do you know what became of her, or where she might be now? Hayden has told me so little of his past research.
I'm sorry, Turing. It was a long time ago, and I'm afraid my memory is not what it used to be. If any of my contacts in Parallax make mention of your erstwhile sibling, I'll pass it on to you.
How could Hayden not tell him?
Thank you, Dr. Fairlight.
Of course. I can think of a few ways. I still have some contacts in Parallax and can put out some quiet feelers. I will admit, I don't have much to offer until there's more information. Is there anything you can tell me? I'd like to help in any way I can.
I don't know if I trust him.
What did you find at Hayden's apartment?
The first time we went, nothing. But when we went back to
no.
extract his computer's data cache, the place had been pillaged, and the human revolution had spray-painted slogans all over our walls. Hayden's computer was gone, and we were assaulted. And now we're here, injured and losing our trail with each passing second. We're still frustratingly in the dark and running out of time. I fear Hayden is slipping out of reach. I am failing him.
I'm very sorry to hear that. I wish I could do more. Hayden's company was most enjoyable. What do I want? It would be nice to be young again, play the darling of the company, court prince and pauper alike. But right now, someone I grew very fond of is in great danger. I simply wish to see Hayden home again.
It's been very interesting speaking to you, Dr. Fairlight.
We should trust him. I don't think we should trust him. Are you sure? Oh, that's what Turing thinks.
I don't think we have any choice.
If I'm looking into this on my own, you might as well benefit from it. We both want the same thing, yes?
Yes.
It's up to us to seize opportunity when it appears. I think I have a lead for you two that will prove most useful. You said you found human revolution slogans, spray paint. I am acquaintances with the man leading the current human revolution protest. His name is Brian Mulberry.
Okay, that's something.
After an introduction from me, well, when I exited Parallax, I sought out like-minded individuals. Brian Mulberry, we did not succeed. Come to think of it, that event might have been what prompted.
Okay, I'm
But
skipping through a
yes,
little bit of this.
our motivations aligned for one brief time. No, not in this lifetime. While Mr. Mulberry and I were associated with each other once, it was before. I find their methodology too aggressive. While I pushed for careful deployment of technology, after all, I'd likely be dead without the advanced technology that goes into this chair.
Okay, alright, thanks for helping us out. We gotta go.
I will send a message downstairs to my... He will hand you one of my cards. Make sure you speak.
Alright.
In the meantime, I'll get in touch with some other... I'll be in contact.
Okay,
Of course.
we're
Good
done.
luck, Turing. I don't think Hayden's faith in you is misplaced.
I'm antsy.
Thank you, Dr. Fairlight. We'll be in touch.
I'm antsy.
Should I call downstairs to have you discharged?
Yes, please.
What the hell is wrong with you?
Lexi?
I can't believe that you're still pulling the exact same shit you were years ago, but this time it's truly unreal. Do you even realize how bad impersonating a police officer is? It's up. I should be slapping cuffs on you and dragging your sorry ass off right now.
Detective Rivers, wait! I'm sorry. The plan to lift your credentials and use them to access Hayden's apartment was entirely mine.
I mean, I helped.
Also, I feel it necessary to mention that though you are understandably upset, such language and imagery is beneath you as a respected officer of the law.
Oh great, the robot did it, huh? I guess I'll just take you to jail then instead. That what you want? Don't even try to take all the blame. I know that a certain someone lent you a helping hand. It isn't like you have the hardware to pull that off alone, little bot.
Well, Detective Rivers, I think I'll tell you the whole truth. Keep it under your hat, though, metaphorically. I am no ordinary ROM, but actually a prototype designed to be the first fully sapient machine. I suspect creating me is the main factor behind Hayden's disappearance. My name is Turing.
Whew. Okay. Hi, Turing. Well, that is a damn bigger problem than you first let on, huh, old pal?
It is!
The first machine sapient. People are gonna have things to say about that. Especially the human revolution. Ugh. This is exactly what I wanted to avoid. You sure know how to get yourself dropped in the drink. What the hell am I supposed to do with the two of you?
You could let us go.
I guess I'm letting you off the hook.
Yay!
This time, and only because this time I can let you get away with it safely. I doubt anyone will notice your manipulation of that NSFPD ROM, nor that I was apparently in 2 places at once. But mostly because I think you're right. Someone higher up in the department is trying to delay any search into Hayden's disappearance. Here's the story. Apparently, the investigations you ran into this morning were about the lock on the apartment door being reported broken by a neighbor. The building couldn't reach Hayden, so they went ahead and got it fixed on their own, but the NSFPD sent a bot to check things out and guard the place for a while afterward, right? Standard procedure, treating it as a break-in. Have someone there for when Hayden shows up. Obviously, you and I know there's a bigger story. But when I filled out the missing person report, I was informed in no uncertain terms that I am to wait an entire 48 hours before I can upgrade the existing case. Why? Just on the off chance the door being busted and Hayden being missing are unrelated and my search screws something up for the completion of the break-in report. As if. There's a problem if you're so by the book you're getting paper cuts. And that was before all of this happened. The chief's not happy about whoever took the bot out. That's who they're after now. They won't even care if Hayden never shows.
Today's assault and the vandalization of our apartment will only make the entire situation more confusing and sensitive for the police.
There's too many moving parts to piece anything together, and it's not fun trying to argue with the bureaucrats that one thing happened over another. These little incidents of smashing shit and spray paint sound more like Froyo Stand 2.0 to them than a serious abduction.
And I suppose I won't be very useful as a witness to the kidnapping without explaining the makeup of my being to the entire department, which will only scandalize things further. Darn it all!
Look, it's not being squashed completely, so I don't think anyone's been bought. But until there's undeniable proof Hayden was taken by force, they're gonna care more about the poor doorknob and some paint on the walls than him being missing. Which means somebody definitely has some influence. Enough to buy themselves time by forcing me to follow protocol to a T. Not that I will, but I'm gonna have to keep things quiet.
It sounds like it's going to be up to us.
Yeah, so stop messing around.
Sorry.
There's certainly a story here, but if you keep botching your moves, you'll blow it. I'd really rather you not be involved at all, but I know that isn't gonna happen at this point. I've got a bad feeling people are gonna end up dead over this. And I really don't want to be the one making that call to your sister.
Okay. I'll be careful, I promise.
Yeah, I know. Just here.
Zapper!
Take this. Use it.
It's not. This is a medium-range electrolaser pistol. It uses a low-power laser to create a channel of ionized gas to complete a circuit between the gun. Think of it as a wireless taser. This is a more suitable personal defense weapon. The neural scrambler we were attacked with uses a powerful electromagnet. That's far more dangerous. You got lucky.
I told you to get a weapon, but you didn't, so I picked it up on the way here. Be smart with it. Me either.
Okay.
I'll be in touch if I find anything out, but don't... Back to the grind, I guess. See you.
Thank you for your time, Detective Rivers.
Okay. Done. I feel like
You should talk to the receptionist and formally... We should also look for Dr.
I feel like I don't talk very much during these because there's nothing for me to read. It's being read for me, and it's just sort of talk. Passy vending machine.
Look, they have a Hassie machine.
Why does he care?
Very good. Isn't Hassie the best?
Why do you care? You pat the tiny ROM on the head. It bleeps cheerfully. Resting woman, receptionist, other receptionist, desk.
The sign here says Chinese hospital. Bear in mind that we're still in Neo-SF.
Patient Anna. My records indicate that you have been admitted for possible cranial trauma. You should currently be in your assigned bed resting. While I'm truly delighted to see that you have regained consciousness, I must insist that you return to your room to be examined by a medical professional. Just please run the paperwork for my release. I must insist that you remain for treatment. I insist. I am prohibited by law from detaining you here against your will. But you should note in your release paperwork that willful early termination of medical services releases this hospital and its parent company from legal liability should your condition persist or worsen outside of our care. All tests and medical data from your visit will be shared with our standard partners to help improve your What? The last of your year's governmentally mandated healthcare credits. What was that middle part? You will require to provide payment or proof of private insurance for any further visits. Yuck.
Your medical billing makes me glad I'm synthetic.
Yeah.
You should look for more paying journalism work before you get shot again.
Thank you, Turing.
Before we leave, we should...
Hello, the name's Leon Decker. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Hi.
Fairlight messaged ahead that I needed to pass one of his cards on to you. Here.
Thank you.
Thanks for taking your time with him. He really gets in one of his moods when the chair's getting fixed. The last gala he organized was full of unsavory types. He's probably happy to help folks whose pockets aren't deeper than their thoughts. Yeah, boss said you'd have a few for me. I'm not really supposed to answer anything too private, but...
What's your story?
Probably not as exciting as you hope. I grew up in Montana, on a family farm. Came home looking to do something. I didn't know at the time how boring quiet...
Okay, you're right. That was boring. What kind of work do you do?
Oh, mostly gopher work to be... Started when I was just out of the military. I was looking for a gig from someone who wouldn't... The old man pays me to guard his life, run a few errands for him, and play substitute arm candy at most of the charity galas.
I'm sure
Not
you're very
terribly
good at that
exciting,
part.
but I've already had enough excitement to last me another 30 years.
You're very pretty. Why do you think he's helping us?
You think sitting in that chair all day is very entertaining? You know, the old man's talked to me about the things he used to do in his glory days. He was cold, ambitious, and took down anyone with half a mind to get in his way. I think
sounds
once he
great.
aged, he realized how lonely that kind of life can be. Helping people's the only way he can feel like he's still doing something. But hey, what do I know?
Okay.
No problem. I'll be around if you know where to look. You have a good day now.
He knew my name. Well, I guess, what's his face
Well,
told
we're
him.
free to leave. Why not head back home first, yes? I'm sure you'd like the chance to shower at least. For such a clean place.
Okay. But then we're gonna go talk to Tomcat. Physically, mentally, and journalistically refreshed.
You look good. If you're feeling up for it, they should still be waiting for us. Oh, by the way, while you were showering, I was able to replant your Crassula ovata.
Aw.
Don't forget to talk to it and give it some love. When I try talking to it, it doesn't even notice I'm there.
Oh.
Either way, our...
Okay, we'll talk to it real fast. Nicely.
Every bit will help in the end.
I don't know if I believe in talking to plants. I'm just gonna say it. Alright, I'm saving here over chapter 2. Yes. So what do we know? Hayden was kidnapped. Someone stole his computer data and left Human Revolution graffiti that was probably a misdirection. Then we were attacked, and now we're gonna go talk to Tomcat and possibly the Human Revolution guy to see if he has any idea who would want to frame them. Does that sound like a good plan?
Hi.
Alright, let's see.
Ready to head out?
This is more visual novel-y than I realized it would be. Okay, this is the NSFPD station with Lexi, Gigi Park. We're here at home. This is the Stardust Club, and that's the hospital. So there's no new spot for the Human Revolution guy yet. I'm gonna go to the park just because I can.
It's getting late, and not many people are out in the park tonight. I don't even see little Alfie. I wonder if it's taking the night off. The need to rest is quite common in older ROMs, whereas I have very efficient internal batteries. Anyways, if you think something...
Whoa. What the heck? A good number of Neo-SS finest seem to be deployed down at Market Street, assigned to the local Genesis branch in response to Human Revolution protests. Alright, let's leave. I feel bad for the vandalized wad.
You coming in?
It has an extra cup holder.
Welcome to Stardust.
Thank you. Aww. Do I want to save again? Yes, I do. Bearish bartender. Let's talk to you.
Sorry, I don't think we've met before. I'm Gus. You have a really cool ROM. How's Stardust treating you? Well, that's good, but we can do better than not bad. Let me know how we can help.
Oh, he's such
Majid
a
may not
sweetie.
have a memory for mixed drinks, but he loves listening to his patrons' problems. You'll have to let me or him know if you need any help. We try to run a tight ship around here. Hayden? Oh, you're who Majid mentioned before, huh? Oh, no, sorry. I've met him since he's a regular, but I've been out and about on business. Oh, there isn't much to tell. Majid needed someone good with numbers to handle. I didn't grow up in big cities like this.
Oh, he's so sweet.
Okay, I'm gonna get
him.
back to this, but
Thank you, guys.
sure thing. Enjoy the bar.
Hey, good to see you back.
Just killing time.
Yeah? It's a little slow tonight. Things pick up and I get pulled away.
I knew
You should
it.
chat with my boyfriend, Gus.
I knew they were dating. That's sweet.
He's been running around all over Neo SF looking for new... He does get a bit overwhelmed by the hustle and bustle. Sure thing. Don't be...
He's a sweetheart. I like him. Focus, patron.
VIP's kind of full right now. Wait a bit.
The trace amount of liquid left in their glass suggests the person was drinking.
Okay.
Hey, y'all. How goes the search?
Well, we got zapped.
Shit. Well, I can't say I saw that one coming. I figured that they'd nab anything they needed the first time they hit the place.
Right? That's confusing to me, too.
Huh. Any ideas who it could have been?
The walls had been spray painted with many grotesque human revolution slogans. It is possible that Hayden was targeted by the organization for his work at Parallax. While my development may have been a secret, he is rather well known for his work on virtual intelligence data. A layman would not understand the critical differences between myself and a
We agree those
Equally
were a
likely,
distraction.
it is an effort to
There
throw
we
us
go.
off the trail of who's actually done this.
We talked to a Vanek Fairlight. He offered to introduce us to someone in the Human Revolution.
Right. Dr. Fairlight was very kind to point us in the direction of the human Hopefully we'll be able...
Yannick Fairlight. When'd you run into him?
Oh, we were ambushed at the apartment.
What? Are y'all okay?
Yes, we made it to the nearby hospital. We had a discussion with him about Hayden.
Well, shit. Things sure are getting
Do you
more
think they don't
serious than I
trust him?
first thought. Y'all need to keep a sharp eye out. Being attacked means the bastards know you're looking now.
That's a good point.
I'm confident in our ability to push on.
What do you know about Dr. Fairlight, Tomcat?
I can't say I know much about the man. Fairlight always was a bit of a shut-in, even back when he ran System 1. He didn't make any more public appearances after the merger between them and Parallax, but nowadays he shows up in the news once in a blue moon for some charity thing or another. But, well, it's all just rumor, but I've heard he holds a grudge about it hotter than the Clantons after the Earps. I'd take care to look this particular horse in the mouth real close if I was you.
That's what I said.
Good. Now to lighten the mood. While y'all were chasing your tails, I managed to find a way into the Parallax network.
Way to go.
Once I'm in, I should be able to dig out Hayden's personal info file easily enough, including anything related to him on all security clearance level.
Well
If
done.
Parallax has anything on Hayden's situation, it'll be in there.
Fantastic, Tomcat. I knew Hayden's faith in you was not misplaced.
Well, that's where the rubber meets the road. Parallax actually has considerably better net security than the last time I cracked in.
Oh.
I'm gonna need physical access.
Uh-oh.
I've got a good idea where a node for us to slice into is, but it ain't exactly in a nice part of town. In fact, police have basically wrote it off as a lost cause. I know Jess has some contacts in that area. She's that girl that chewed you a new rear when y'all first came here. Yeah, it's a tough sale, but she might be able to help y'all get in and out of that part of the city without ending up in a parts bin at an organ shop.
Nice.
You might not be able to tell, considering her viper's tongue and penchant for hitting the clubs harder than she's got any right to, but Jess is actually an attorney. She specializes in defending people in violation of the Human Protection Act, and that's earned her a whole gaggle of pals amongst the hybrid. Ain't no one gonna cross. Black market hybridization ain't exactly HPA compliant, if you catch my drift. Hey, we ain't got it that bad. I hear down in San Jose, the richer neighborhoods have actually started hiring the gangs to protect their places. When even the rich folks can't get good police work, it's a sad state for everyone else. And the less said about LA.
Huh.
That's the spirit. I need a little time to get all my tools together to slice into maybe y'all get lucky and but I ain't gonna count on it.
Okay, we have a plan.
Jess is still hanging around here at Stardust. It's hybrid night and she's a popular gal. I'll send Jess a message letting her know that y'all are looking for some.
We'll be in touch.
Sure thing, hon. Just have turn, let me know when y'all.
They're such a sweetheart. I like them. Who is this guy?
Oh, let's go over and say hi.
Who is he? No, I demand to know who he is.
Oh, hell no.
I didn't do anything.
I'm really trying to have a good time today, and the Human Revolution crud muffins have made that very hard for me.
Okay.
And your interrogation this morning took a bad day to worse.
I didn't ask
I asked around about you, Journo, and I don't have anything to say to you. The last thing I need is you prodding at me without telling me you're press.
I didn't.
Besides, the VIP section is only for hybrids and friends on hybrid night, and no way am I vouching for you. Hey, bouncer! We got a capital A asshole over here!
You heard her. Let's.
I didn't do anything. I don't mind her being upset at me for stuff I did, but I didn't take
How
those
rude.
conversation
She didn't even give us a
options.
chance to explain ourselves. We have to get back in there and try to be reasonable. Surely she will see the importance. But that bouncer... Perhaps we should try befriend... It's a statistical long shot, but the...
I like her. I don't mind people being mad at me when I've done something wrong, but I was very careful not to ask them mean questions.
The trace amount of...
Sorry, I don't really feel like talking. It's been a long day. Maybe after I have a few drinks. Something really fruity. Sorry, cutie. Not quite ready to play the room yet. Gonna try to get another drink into me first. Something really sweet. Come hit me up later.
Give me a few minutes, okay?
Hey, good to see you. Sorry, it's being rented out for a private party tonight. What are you having?
What do you have that's fruity?
So many drinks.
Dictionary, the...
Oh, I got this, sweetie.
Wait,
No, I just memorized all the drinks.
This one is...
It tastes like orange.
Thanks, son.
Sounds good.
Here you go.
How did you know what I was planning on ordering? Well, at least keep me company while I drink it. I'm Caitlin.
Hi, Caitlin. My name's Anna. It seemed like you were alone for a while.
I'm usually a lot more sociable. Things have just been rough today.
Care to tell me about it?
My brother's going through gene therapy. He still has to go in at least twice a week for health and maintenance. There are human revolution protesters outside the clinic, making it even harder for him. They're always outside, harassing anyone coming in.
Oh.
It's exhausting.
Are we writing an article? We're looking for a friend. But Jess didn't like that we didn't say we were journalists, so we'll say Evan looking into the protests.
Oh, are you a journalist or something? That's really interesting. That group, they want to drag us all back to the Dark Ages, regardless of who it hurts. Sorry, I don't want to rant about it.
Dragging us back to the Dark Ages.
Very cool. If you need an interview of someone on the street, I'd be willing to talk on the record. Would feel like I was doing something.
You're a sweetheart.
So, there's plenty of people here. What made you want to talk with me?
No one should be that bummed at Stardust, and I had this drink.
Oh geez, this really is my favorite drink. I have to wake up early for class, but I'm at the club, so...
What are you studying?
Graphic design with a focus on advertising. I even get to do some local stuff. Trying not to brag, but... I have some really good client relationships locally, and there's so many Hey, it's been really nice talking to you.
Oh, she's so sweet.
You want to come with me to the VIP area in the back?
Can we please?
I have some friends who might be over there.
Should we talk to the other person too?
Sure, just...
Should we befriend everybody?
Hey, good to see you back.
I'd like a drink, please.
What do you have?
Where is it? There was a sugary thing. Oh, crumbs. I just brushed past it. This is not fun. This part is not fun at all.
Let me look up how...
Dictionary, the open alcohol.
Oh, I got this.
This one is...
Sweet and fruity, but gets you drunk.
Thank you, hon.
Sounds good.
Here you go.
Well, look who has good taste.
Thank you.
I'm Sylvan. What's a wet drink like yourself doing here?
He's a fawn, so I shouldn't be surprised. Just hanging out.
And no one just hangs out at Stardust. Well, thanks for the drink. The club is a little dead tonight, so it's nice to see a new face.
Just Tomcat.
Tomcat? That flashy computer kid? Not really my type. Too busy looking at their toys to see anyone around them. You meeting them here?
Nah, they're busy.
That's too bad. Well, thanks for the drink, but...
He's gone. I guess we could
Hey,
have
good
ordered
to see
more,
you back.
but it would have felt
What are you having?
insincere. I don't plan on going home with him tonight.
Hey, hon, what's in that?
This one is...
Thank you, hon.
Any other
Here
night,
you go.
I would probably go home with a human gene modified satyr.
Hey, how'd you know my favorite? Haven't I seen you at my tattoo parlor before? I'm Boris. Have a seat.
What's the problem?
My boss has just managed to lock themselves out of our company's servers.
Oh no.
I'm not sure exactly what they did, and I don't have my company ROM.
I hope you get paid a lot.
It's not... Honestly, as much as I complain, I do... Sure, they break everything. And I guess that's the spirit. I'm not. I guess I gotta head out and take care of this. Maybe I'll see you.
Well, we made friends. That's the important thing.
You want to come with me to... I have some friends who might be able... Great, let's go.
I think I did the other ones wrong.
Didn't I say to beat it?
We're guests of Caitlin.
Alright.
Can we just take Caitlin with us to the other city?
Hey! You have an incoming call,
Well, hope you come by again.
Excellent. Sorry for making up the call. However, we can take another run at having a
Okay, I'm saving the game because I don't like being yelled at by Jess. I feel uncomfortable with the way it's being set up because, I mean, obviously this is a transgender otherkin metaphor, which, I mean, hi, I'm all about that, yay. And I completely understand being frustrated having to explain and defend yourself to people who are hostile to you, but I wasn't hostile to her, so that's frustrating.
I'm ashamed to say I've gone on a few assy spike benders in my time.
Who among us hasn't? Alright, let's try this again.
And you're back. You know, as soon as I first saw you, I hoped you'd be dropped like a bad packet off the mesh net and I'd never have to see you ever again. So of course, I just got off the phone with Tomcat, practically begging me to help you out. You aren't so good at the long-term play thing, are you?
I think we got off to a bad start here.
You mean you don't stick both feet in your mouth every time you talk to a hybrid? Surprising. Let's just get one thing straight here. I'm only willing to talk to you because I owe Tomcat. I don't owe you shit. So if you want my help, you gotta do something for me.
Okay.
If you got a problem with that, tough. My neighborhood, my help. I need you to break up those Human Revolution protests. The ones at the Genus Clinic on Market Street. I'd like this handled with some stealth. Not that I expect you to know what discreet means.
How am I supposed
Either way,
to do that?
just get it done. I got clients in the middle of treatment cycles, and this media circus is making their lives difficult. That means it's making my life difficult. I'm just great. I'm peachy. My clients get harassed and beaten on the daily. I don't have the time or money to help them all, and I have jackasses like you bothering me on my one day off. So, you gonna braid my fur, and we can talk about all our problems and boys we like?
Sorry.
You want to help? Don't treat hybrids like animals for living out their life. Shit, all of this isn't even a choice for some of us. You want to know what my deal is? You really want me to get sappy? Skin cancer. Stage 3. My prognosis was so advanced that the doc said my bones were already lost. So I had to do something drastic. Completely restart my biology from scratch. You ever seen someone with a severe gene splice? From something freaky, like an insect? That's where hybrid tech began, you know. You can't imagine what it's like to have children cry from just looking at you. When people just see you and sprint the other direction. I had police following me everywhere I went. I lost my apartment. I lost my dignity. Eventually, I was lucky enough to qualify for the cute kitty cat cure to override the expression of the chitin. It changed my life. I have my job and purpose because of it. The fur doesn't scare the rest of the world too much to let me exist. Better an otaku's fluffy wet dream than the monster from a horror VR drama from Japan. My mom still can't look at me straight. Not to get even mushier, but as a kid, she would sing me a song as she counted all the freckles on my face. She hasn't let that go. You know how your folks look at you when they figure out you finally had sex or did crash? It's like that. All the time.
I'm sorry.
Oh, now you're sorry. The amount of gene therapy I underwent exceeded the limit that the Human Protection Act allows for procreation. So yeah, the government freaking spayed me, if it all wasn't hilariously dark enough. First I'm too ugly to look at, now I'm too screwed up to breed. Saving my own life forfeited my right to be a person. The Human Protection Act. Ha! Apparently protecting humans doesn't include me. Only genotypicals could live in this city and truly think they're the ones who need some protection the most. In any case, I had some clean eggs frozen and we'll whip them out whenever I'm ready. Except keeping that shit on ice costs. And my insurance decided to just not pay up due to the elective nature of my feline gene therapy. So I took those bastards to court and won. And I've been doing the same thing for everybody else ever since. So, there you go. I got cancer, super science fixed me up and left me a freak, and then the government sterilized me so I wouldn't go out and make more little monsters. And everyone else gets to be the winner by default. Happy now? How's your Yeah, I am. Break up those protests.
All right, it sounds... Let's go to market.
I'm gonna have to put some trigger warnings on this video. God. So, my dad's been through cancer. Recently. He's alive, he's okay. And government forcible sterilization in people happens right now, and it's bad. And I'm infertile and have been through a couple of failed IVF attempts, and that was really hard and painful. So I think all of that was stuff that was important to say and talk about, but I don't fucking appreciate being cast as an antagonist to be yelled at over that stuff. And I get it, it's a game and they're trying to educate people about stuff, and I get it, but holy shit, I really would have preferred an option to not start out being screamed at. Maybe it's a character creation problem that I didn't have the option to start out with cat ears or something, because I mean, I get it, and in terms of my character, I have a character who is more privileged than her because my character hasn't been through all of those things, but it's kind of, I don't know, it's frustrating. I really liked the fact that I could make my character trans and give myself my own pronouns. That was awesome, but then I can't give my character, gene therapy or anything like that, and so they put your character in a position where your character is more privileged than this marginalized person, and the marginalized person's yelling at your character, which is totally fair, but the player may have been through some of that stuff, so that was, I don't know, maybe it'd be great and educational for other people, but holy shit, it was kind of painful for me. Like, I'm sitting over here 100% on her side, and I don't have an option to say or do that to let her know. And I mean, I actually have been through that stuff. I don't mean that in a fictional character sense. Not obviously forcible sterilization, but frozen eggs and trying to conceive and all that. Been there, done that. Didn't work for me. So that was kind of raw. Let's go to Market Street, I guess. I can get through this.
Well, there are the protesters. I have to admit that I still find the vandalism of Hayden's apartment puzzling. The protests themselves have been entirely peaceful so far, and the human revolution, regardless of the flimsy philosophical ground they stand on, are not a group known for projecting their ideology through unlawful means.
I go back and forth on this because this game is obviously trying to do a lot of stuff that I care about and I agree with. So it's trying to do, transgender, obviously metaphors here, otherkin metaphors here. Now we have protesters in front of like an abortion clinic, and obviously I care very strongly about that, about Planned Parenthood. I have videos about that, and in Texas I have a book about that, so I mean, I am there. So on the one hand, I feel like this game should be hitting all of those boxes for me, but I'm going back and forth between, yes, these are important issues, and I do not like how they're being presented at all. And I think just, why am I not given a stronger option to start out on? I don't know. I feel like I'm being asked to take on the role of a cis white dude who would maybe get any of this, and I didn't want to take on that role. I specifically gave myself my own non-binary pronouns, so it's just, I don't know. But here we are in front of the Planned Parenthood gene therapy place.
The more I research them, the more I have to admit to the statistical conclusion that we're either dealing with a deceptive covert operations scenario, or less likely, a radical splinter group. Still, I doubt it will hurt to ask around. Brian Mulberry is there in the center. Fairlight said he was the one to talk to, and he's a bit player on the national scene, but he's... Perhaps we could use...
So she wanted this done discreetly. Oh god, he looks like Elvis.
Hello there! Would you like to hear about the dangers of our country's unchecked use of genetic modification? I have pamphlets. Here, take one.
Thanks. Vanek Fairlight said to introduce myself. I have one of his cards here.
Oh, yes, Yannick called and said something about an investigation into an apartment break-in. He didn't elaborate, and I'm... But if... How can I help?
We found Human Revolution graffiti spray painted all over the apartment. I was hoping you might be able to point us...
Ah, well, the Human Revolution certainly does not condone such actions at all. We're a peaceful organization. But... off the record, some of our younger members can be a bit overzealous. I'll look into this matter personally. I'll also let Yannick... Is there something else I... What questions can I answer for you? Genetic modification is one of the most dangerous sciences we've ever fooled around with. It's playing God on the... Cybernetics is a dangerous path as well, selling off pieces of ourselves bit by bit for mechanical strength and... There is a reason Congress enacted laws prohibiting highly modified hybrids from breeding. Now, I do not fault the individuals who come here for treatment, many of whom are disabled and deathly ill. If you ask me, genus isn't the kind of therapy they all need.
Fuck you.
However, we must take a stand against the medical research industry that would have us cast aside our humanity. At our core, we are a peaceful movement. The human revolution has faith. It falls to us to make sure that people are informed about... On a personal level, we would like to exhort every individual. We hope to educate the public about the dangers of rapid technological advancement. We used to say that splitting... But now we're changing the very thing. The revolution we're after is humanity as a whole. This world is Icarus. Just because we can.
Okay.
Is there something...
No.
Of course! If you have...
You clearly missed doing real journalism. I'm impressed. I think you're starting to get back into the... Hopefully we'll get lucky enough to turn up a new lead. I think he was considerably less deluded than my searches on the meshnet had led me to believe.
I meant if he was telling the truth.
Oh, well, he didn't appear to be lying, but I'm not equipped with interrogation sensors. You have more experience with this than I do. Do you think he was telling the truth?
I don't think he was telling us everything.
I'll continue observing you, and a useful skill lead on. Don't forget, we're still here to actually break up. Make sure to look around and...
I think I'm gonna take advice about humanity from someone who looks like an Elvis impersonator, just saying. Not that there's anything wrong with being an Elvis impersonator. Alright, what do all these things do? A weather
Interesting. A RSU climate control ROM model. Apparently it is owned by the Hassie Bar.
What does it do?
Let's not. This kind of ROM requires an RFID key to access it.
Well. She's cute. I guess Hassie is supposed to be like Starbucks.
Aw, that is the most adorable little ROM.
Thank you.
What kind of model is it? Where did you get it? It's so moe.
I'm not sure. They were gifts.
Well, I hope you did more than just say thank you. It looks really expensive. Anyway, what can I get you? A drink I can do, and I guess I have some time to talk. The protesters outside the clinic are driving off a lot of my regular customers. Filling up my bathroom too, jerks. So, what do you want to know? Sorry, otaku speak. I just mean he's really cute and lovable, and you kind of want to hug him forever, you know? A lot of otaku come around here, probably because I own the place. I'm used to being able to Yeah, I know it's a bit out of fashion, but I'm a history buff. The past really gives context. I've been to Tokyo twice already. The old otaku resist the new culture of the saishi in the same way their parents refused to give up cassette tapes. Oh, sorry. The Saiba Shibito, the cyber dead. In the early 21st century, Japan had an epidemic of chronic shut-ins, and the rise of direct-link virtual reality only made that worse. Suddenly, people weren't just refusing to leave their rooms, they were refusing to leave their heads. But as the technology got better, the Saishi were the first to figure out how to use their own brains to sculpt cyberspace. Computers are good at thinking in straight line. The best virtual landscapes, the most real VR dramas in games. Now, even if an earthquake or a meteor or whatever leveled Japan, they'd still have Neo Tokyo built. But enough back. If you're interested, I'm sure you could find more out on the mesh, or it's a trip.
Huh.
Oh, I never introduced myself, did I? I'm Ramona. I guess there isn't much to... I went to college, got it. Now I spend my days trying to find enough time and... My priorities are justice, cute stuff, and magical girls. In that order.
That's a good
What
priority.
else? I pretty much don't leave the store. Look, they've got the right to protest, but I don't have to like it. Once they're done with the hybrids, I know they'll be coming for me next. So I'll be voting appropriately. And if I have to unclog one more toilet because of an entitled, bigoted jerk face... Oh, you can't tell? I've got a cybernetic arm and leg, thanks to an autocap crash when I was a kid. I also got Neuralinks for VR interfacing.
I love her.
If it was up to those dinosaurs, I'd be stuck in a wheelchair right now. It's already illegal for me to have a rocket-powered fist. What more do they want? It does a good job, huh? Well, technically, it's... We spent some mint on it, but the rest of the block helps pitch in for maintenance costs since I usually set it to patrol the whole area. You should check it out when we do Christmas in July. It can cover the whole street in snow, as long as it's cloudy enough to keep the sun off. Sorry, but that thing cost me way too much. I would need to see some serious... You know, enough... Otherwise... Okay. Dr. Yannick Fairlight. Why are you giving me his card?
Yes! He's getting on in years, and it would be... That's why we wanted to see it.
Yeah. I guess you can... Don't bust it, though. I scanned this card, and I swear if you break... Here's the RFID key to act.
Thank you. This will... Shall we go check it?
Yay! So, we're gonna what? Make it snow? I'm okay with that.
This ROM has multiple different climate control settings. Maybe we could make things a little more festive. Should I switch it to snow?
It's snowing? Okay, people, I for one didn't bring any winter wear. Let's call it a day for now.
Bye!
Excellent work! While I still have doubts about the moral superiority of using subterfuge to disperse a protest, we at least...
I don't!
And to be frank, considering how the human revolution is clearly working against my personal interest... Might I draw your attention to those youths over yonder?
Let's shoot 'em.
Counterculture clothing, obvious bad
That was a
attitudes,
joke.
and graffiti Those could be our suspects who damaged my home in the name of revolution.
And knocked us out.
Right. We should approach them. They may even point... Oh no, they've noticed...
Oh dear.
We'll never catch them on foot. Hold on, I'm calling for an auto cab of our own. I know it seems a great deal of trouble for the wicked flea with... the auto cab is estimated to take 5 minutes to arrive. We'll never be able to... Perhaps we should... Maybe they can do some bit of...
Oh, okay.
Excellent! Hold on while I connect us.
Howdy, folks. How's the search for the data cache going?
Actually, that's... We may have located the perpetrator.
What's
We
gonna
attempted
happen?
to use a cab of our own to tail...
They're getting away.
Can you hack the cab?
Oof, no can do, little guy. Security on those cabs is tight, and the... Unless... Oh, I have an idea.
It's gotta be too far away by now anyway.
Alright! I went faster than spit on a skillet.
Okay.
I did a job a few years back and had to break into the city's center. The back door I drilled into that long ago is... Wait. Oh, shit. They may not have fixed that back door, but they did install a... Oh, the damn thing is hot on my tail.
What can we do?
I gotta take care of this VI. I'm gonna need the two of you to handle the traffic system. Turn, I'm passing control to you. Hold tight. I'm gonna be doing some 2 sets of hands on 1 keyboard kind of hacking. Just push on the map and load it up on Turin's face. Sorry, Turin.
What?
Ooh, they're on the move!
Here's how it works. Use your display map to keep track of their cab and redirect it back to you.
Okay.
You can trigger traffic nodes at intersections so the cab thinks the streets are blocked off. Do it right, and you should be able to steer them right back to you.
Stop texting.
You just gotta make sure to stop them where you're at, or else they'll just go running off on foot. I'll put a goal marker on the map for you. You can trigger any node on the map at any time, so plan ahead. I'd say you'll have time for 2 moves every time they hit an intersection. If they go off the map, though, block every road that leads out of our grid, and watch the places with 3 exits you can't all cover in one go-around.
Okay.
Just hurry. I don't know how long I'm gonna be able to keep this VI from messing on the carpet, and once I kill the connection, this old trick is over.
I'll tap into the cab control node they're currently arriving at. Our top priority is to ensure they cannot leave the area Tomcat's given us access to. I'll mark the southern exit as closed first. We only have time to block off 2 routes before the auto cab will make a decision and move. We shouldn't block the route back here. We have to stop them where we can catch them.
Okay.
Once you get them back here, press the big button on top of the map to shortwire the... Be careful. If you stop their ride anywhere else, they'll just run off. What do you think our next move should be?
Can I save? Don't let them move east. So if they go up here... So we can only do 2 stops per go. So the better thing to do would be to let them go this way so we can get some extra stops in to block off up here and there, I think. So block them to the north.
Turn, I can't have you talking. It's messing with the signal.
It's up to you now. Don't let those punks escape, and don't... We can access any of the control nodes in the area at any time. Got it?
I'm gonna try. Wish you'd let me save. Oh, we can save. No, we can't. So I'm gonna block off this and that. I'm gonna block off that. And I'm gonna block off that. That's 2 moves. There. And... God, I can't tell if they can leave that way. I think you can. So, if we block off here... So we don't need to block this way because they'll just go back through. We don't need to block any of these, so this is a free turn. So of course my phone's going to ring. Alright, I need to figure out how to turn off the ring. So they'll come down here and they'll go this way. They have to go this way. We don't want them to leave via these 2 routes. So that's an off. And that's an off. Okay, we have another free turn. Okay, this one's fine. That one would get you down here. Crumbs. So they could go this way, in which case we need to block these 2 off. Or they could go this way, in which case we need to block these 3 off. Oh, I didn't do this right, maybe? Or we can block one side. Okay, so it's either 1, 2 here. And then 1, 2, 3 here. Or it's 1 here. We know they have to come through this intersection, so I might as well start blocking off these. That's a no. And that's a no. Did not expect that. How did they go through a blocked route? I can turn a route back on. Okay.
Ha! We've got them now. Let's go!
That was weird.
I'm gonna go stop them, and then we can interrogate the miscreants.
I was able to go through those that were blocked.
What the hell do you want? Who do you think you're messing with, huh? You ain't got nothing on us, and if you...
Hey, what do you... We haven't observed them doing anything illegal. Or we could share news of this encounter with These two seem agitated already, and those are the options I deduced. It's up to you. How do you want to do this?
Crumbs. I don't know. I don't know. I feel like Lexi would want us to call her, but they haven't done anything illegal. And we technically did by hacking the network. I don't know how we could explain their presence here without getting Tomcat in trouble.
We just have a few questions for you, sir.
Did you not hear what I...
Maybe we should just answer their questions. I mean, we didn't do anything wrong, right?
Right! We ain't got nothing to hide!
Good. What's the spray paint for?
We're newbie street artists.
These are the tools of our trade!
These are all above board and legal. We just got done making a piece for a client.
That's right! We're artists! You a cop? 'Cause if you ain't... Running? Who was I running from?
I don't think that's what they were insinuating.
Right!
Enough! Stop assuming you can misdirect us with blustery words and feigned ignorance. I've matched the hues of those paints and the patterns of the bottom of your shoes with 95% accuracy to the scene of Hayden Weber's apartment. Now tell us what you were doing there and why you stole Hayden's data cache.
Now you're accusing us of stealing?
Chad, I think they're onto us. Maybe we just...
Yes.
Damn it, Oliver! I told you I'm Starfucker now!
I only went along with this because you said we would go to a movie afterwards. I don't even care about this human revolution. Just because your dad...
Don't talk about my dad. Fine.
Why tag Hayden's apartment?
Aw, man! I mean, he's a big hot We heard a rumor his place was empty. We don't need any more of this tech shit, like your lippy ROM over there.
Why did you take the data cache?
I told you.
Be quiet, Chad. Here.
Yes!
Okay, well, thanks for giving it back.
Stay out of trouble, you're good kids.
Yeah, whatever.
We hope you find that Hayden guy, and we're real sorry.
I didn't get to ask them about the kidnapping.
Alright, let's go catch that movie.
Great! Can we get...
Sure.
Wait, what happened?
That... I'm certain I Incoming call from Tom...
Hey, folks! Jess just called and told me she has a clear way to the access node. She'll get you inside, and I'll walk you through connecting me so I can access the Parallax network. Did you get the data cache?
Yes.
Yes, those punks happen to have it.
Oh, great. We don't have time to worry about it right now, though. Go to Stardust and drop it off with Majid for me, okay? I managed to trigger an alert within Parallax's network security, and they're gonna be moving their logs from one secure server to another. I need y'all in place of that access node before they do.
No problem, Tomcat. We'll make our way there direct. We can worry about the web. let's go.
Wait, I feel like we have a moral obligation.
Hey! I told you jerks not. Those protesters are gone.
This Hessy hot cup is the perfect thing to warm me up.
Snow out of nowhere? I guess I'll wait it out in here.
Wow, look at it out there. So magical.
Don't think I've forgiven you, you dingus. I better go get some Hassy hot cups going.
Well, I'll check the mesh for common issues with the mode selector on the 6703 ROM unit. I'm certain she'll be able to get it turned.
See, that was the right thing to do. I feel good. Oh, they have faces. Maybe I should talk to them. Dana.
Howdy! You.
I usually hang out at Stardust, but they don't.
Hey there.
Okay, let's leave.
Don't bug it. It already seems.
Alright, we said we'd go to Stardust.
Welcome to Stardust.
To give the thing to Majid.
There's Majid.
Hey, good to see you back.
Tomcat asked me to drop this off with you.
All right, Tomcat asked me. I won't pester you. I know things are always. I'll make sure they get.
Okay.
Excellent.
Thank you. Is there anyone here we need to talk to? No, we can leave. Do you think chapter 3 is gonna start soon? Do you know how many chapters there are? Because I sure don't. Wait, why does it still say go to Stardust? I thought we were supposed to go to...
Welcome to Stardust.
Hey, good to see you. Enjoy yourself.
To go to an
Come back and hang out
mode?
with us anytime.
I thought... What?
Welcome to Stardust.
What's going on? Okay. Maybe I'm supposed to go talk to Jess.
You again?
Oh, okay, there she is. I need to talk to Caitlin first.
This is exactly what I needed to get my mind off things.
I like her.
Hey, I heard from my friends down the street that the protesters are gone. Must have been you, huh? Alright then. I'm willing to give you the benefit of the doubt and return the favor. Tomcat said that if you got to an old abandoned access node, you might be able to find out what happened to Hayden.
Yes.
I called up a buddy who's on night shift for Parallax tonight. He can buzz you in. But if anything happens, you broke in.
Okay.
This puts us at about even. Don't think about drawing any more debits for a while. Good luck. Keep me out of your shit.
Okay. Dog patch? Dog patch? What?
This is the place Tomcat said we should head to.
What is this?
Unassuming and quiet. I'll be honest, I don't think I would be in this section of the city without Jess giving us the all clear. The crime statistics are quite alarming, so let us get...
Let's hope she sticks to her half of the bargain.
I'm sure she will. Jess is a bit aggressive and standoffish. But I guess I did just meet her, and she is a lawyer. Perhaps we should hurry this along. Tomcat is waiting for us to call them. You know, right after we found Hayden's apartment in such disarray, I have never much considered doing any of it myself. The simpler tags, they exhibit a feeling I can sympathize with. Petty vandalism is beneath. For example, did you know that Los Angeles in the mid-2030s legal...
Okay.
It was chaos of the highest degree for a while. Perhaps I will visit. Ah, I hadn't even noticed. Do you have much experience with Gonzo? If you do end up writing on this experience, whatever you produce would be the very definition of it. You're too close to be objective now. It doesn't seem to be your usual style, but you couldn't... I've
Okay.
never had much interest in the...
Moving past all
Sorry,
of this.
I'm rambling again. What if we don't find... What if we do? My memory processors are But never mind. Let's find that Let's find Hayden.
I feel like there's so much story and like world building in this game, and I feel bad being like, okay, get to the point, but we're trying to find a kidnapping. It's like, now we're gonna talk about our theory for a while, and it's gonna be a while, so let's just pretend that Bob Ross is here chatting, blah blah blah. And I'm like, there's a kidnapping, we have to deal with it. I don't know. Maybe I'm just not connecting properly. Hi, generator, street art, door to access node, litter, apartment door. Alright, off we go.
Parallax Lock, AN-19 security.
Hello?
Yes, can I help you? This late at night? Uh-huh. Hints!
Alright, let's try this again.
Parallax Lock, I was wondering when you're at the access node on Cesar Chavez in Indiana.
That's right.
Good. Be quick. This conversation never happened. I hope you find what you're looking for.
This is it. This place doesn't look like it's had any maintenance in years. I hope the systems are still functional. Oh, I forgot you can't see in darkness.
Ew.
Oh, Tomcat is pinging us.
Howdy! Y'all at the access node? I'm set to slice in once Turn makes physical access.
Of course, Tomcat. Just walk me through how to connect myself and...
Just patch yourself into the links terminal down there and I should be able to get started.
Connecting wirelessly to it. Permissions granted.
Okay.
Please be careful.
Connecting.
Don't worry, doll. I'm an old hand at this.
We're hacking.
One sec. Oh, shoot. Y'all have... This system's still running on old cassettes, and the recall slot is empty. There should be a cassette on the opposite side of the wall we can overwrite with the recall Pretty sure all that one was used for was phone monitoring. Anyways, we need to figure out how to do that and...
Okay. I don't even know which number this is. We'll say 7. These aren't the cassettes you need. Utility arm, hanging wires. You have no idea what tampering with them could ruin.
According to this poster, the data cassettes can only be moved by using the links panel.
Alright.
Nice job!
Woohoo, we
I'm
did
gonna
it.
put some more pressure on them to move the data now, and we'll see if we can't slurp it right out of this network trunk. You would have thought that someone would have noticed and decommissioned this access node. This mouse is happy to play while the cat is away. I've been targeting one of their data centers with a botnet-driven DDoS attack, hitting every port into its network that I can find. Ain't likely to do much, but toss in a few attempts to crack the firewall. It's standard procedure for them to move their sensitive data to a different make enough noise, and it'll scare them enough into taking some defensive action. The files are more vulnerable in transit.
Huh. Okay.
Way back when I was a youngin', when I first hacked into Parallax's network, they were just about to launch the MeshNet system, and I wanted to show the whole darned world that their security had more holes in it than Swiss cheese. Of course, I wasn't too shy about poking in a few more holes of my own devising while I was there. After putting in some more tricky software backdoors, I went ahead and deleted this access node off the maintenance schedule.
Aw, clever.
And reassigned the guy who was supposed to keep an eye on it to a different location. They were in the process of buying up a whole gaggle of these nodes, all just to use for the MeshNet launch. Most of the software holes have been patched out as they've upgraded their network, but this'll...
Well, that was
Now
smart
you'll
of
just
them.
hold tight. I'll be done. Surveillance camera footage.
Yes.
Oh, God.
Show us.
Oh, Turin. I'm so sorry.
What?
What is it, Tomcat? What did you find?
He's gone, Turin.
What?
Of course he's gone, Tomcat.
Shit. I mean... Hayden is dead.
Well, that obviously isn't right, Tomcat.
What?
Why would they kill him? Can you send me the relevant files? You must have missed something.
I don't think you should see it, but if you're sure. Parallax had security cam footage from the hallway outside Hayden's apartment encrypted on their network. Just a short clip. It looks like Hayden started to struggle with a couple of big dudes when they broke through the door, and one of them shot him. I also found some chatter about it on some darknet channels. It wasn't a kidnapping. Somebody went there to murder him.
What?
I'm so damn sorry.
But wouldn't there be blood in the hallway?
Thank you for your assistance in this. I think I'll walk back to the apartment. I need some time. If you'll excuse me.
Shot him with like a bullet or electricity or...
Should you follow them? If you say so. I'm gonna keep digging through this data until they kick me out of the system. I'll try to find some kind of lead on why this whole thing started in the first place. Maybe I can find something out about who killed Hayden and why Parallax has a copy of the
Where's
footage.
the body?
It ain't much of a silver lining, but we have the answer on Hayden's fate. Maybe it's time to call it quits.
How are they still talking to us if Turing left? Weren't they talking to us through Turing?
Anyway, I'll talk to you later.
That doesn't make sense. Where is the... Yes, I know. Okay, well that was weird. Why would you take him out of his apartment just to kill him in the hallway? Why would you do that? If you just wanted to kill him, you kill him in his apartment, and you make it look like an accident or a break-in or whatever.
Oh, you're back. You know, Hayden was a brilliant programmer, far ahead of his time. I am a machine, and intrinsically, I do not have all the glands and visceral chemical reactions that make humans so emotional and brilliant. But his code is a flawless replication of that, inside my own personality algorithms. I don't think I've ever felt this anger. It fouls my processors, and my motherboard burns. I'm in pain.
Let me save my game.
I do not like the thoughts I'm having about the people who did this to... I could. But if I turn off every emotion I don't want to feel, what does that make me?
Oh, sweetie.
If I were human, turning off my emotions would be seen as extremely unhealthy. There is a wealth of information on the meshnet. Either way, it is my way of honor. Did you see the jade plant? It's doing well, despite the hardships it has gone through. There is a I don't know that I can listen. Will you keep helping me?
Of course I will, baby.
To find the bastards who killed my progenitor. I need to finish this. I don't know what I'll do afterward.
We'll find them and the truth, Turing.
What does the truth mean anymore? What does it matter? Well, but knowing the whys and wherefores.
Okay.
I think for now we should keep knowledge of Hayden's death between you, Tomcat, and I. It may give us an edge if the people we seek don't know how much we've already discovered.
We could tell Jad or Lexi.
After you've had some time to... You likely need sleep. I need...
Okay. Let me save my game! What good does it do to say this game doesn't have auto-save points? Remember to save, and then you don't let me save! What is the point of that? That is a design flaw. If you're gonna pause and say, this game does not auto-save, then let me save!
Good morning. I trust you slept well.
No, I want to save!
Now that we are both refreshed, I feel it wouldn't hurt to recap our progress and determine if any changes should be made based on our successes.
Save.
Since your journalistic efforts are... Your inquiring mind has been... As a ROM, I can't talk to people as intently as you. You're diligent in your day-to-day work at... Beyond journalistic persistence, let's take a look at how you've performed in other responsibilities. Specifically, our first major hurdle proved
this
challenging.
Huge emotional thing, and I want to pause and process it, and you can't pause because you can't stop and save. So you're instead gonna dump us into this conversation that's like, "You're so great, I love you so much. You're so great, I love you so much. You're so great," and it's just filler. Let me stop and save so I can process this.
Furthermore, I am pleased with your utilization of non-violent methods. Eliminating any excessive risk should allow us to move swiftly. Finally, I was quite impressed by your ability to adapt on the fly, as they say. Lastly, I'd like to discuss how we're getting along with... I was very impressed with your negotiation abilities with those kids. We got our data cache. Jess is a bit of a harder read. As long as her brash nature doesn't tempt you to... Detective Rivers was good to involve as well. She could prove to be our greatest aid, as long as we make... Tomcat seems to genuinely care for our cause, and I have no trouble with... Out of everyone else, they seem to be easiest to get along with, too. And finally, I must say, we have worked together better than I ever expected. I feel confident in our combined ability, and unfortunately, we've... Perhaps Tomcat was... I hope so. Always going so far for hate. Oh, speaking of them, forwarding video and audio.
Morning. Turin, how you...
I'm fine, Tomcat.
Well, okay. Just say the word if I can help out in any way, you hear?
Of course. In fact, Otherwise, we're down to canvassing Hayden's address book and seeing if any of his contacts have... But that's just...
Well, I pulled a fair amount of data from the Parallax servers before... A lot of it's unrelated. TPS reports, maintenance logs... It'll take me a while to decrypt all of Hayden's files. So, no, I don't... Though, I recently got a strange request. Someone's been messing with the articles of a news organization named Augmented Eye. It seems like the network security head there's asking around for cybercrackers to help figure out how their reports are getting changed. The original files on their servers are untouched. But when you view the site from the outside of the network, things are changing. A word here, phrase there. It's someone with deep access to Parallax's... I ain't sure if it's related, but maybe y'all can head down to the main... I ain't got the time or the desire.
It does... But if we have...
Alright. And I'll send y'all word as soon as I...
Excellent. Thank you.
No problem, Turin.
Let me see.
Are you sure? You've been through some
I said I was fine. I have already handled... It's time...
I'm sorry,
Understood.
Alright.
Let me save my key.
Okay, we have a... Also, while we... Display...
Greetings.
We're trapped.
I hope you'll forgive me for
I will never be allowed to
voice-only
leave my chair
message,
again.
But I'm undergoing my treatments. Still, I wanted to inform you of... I haven't had any luck with my contacts inside Parallax, but I was reminded. She's the owner of Flower Cybernetics, and Melody and I are... But perhaps the intro... I hope this lead serves you well. I will send word. Yours.
Interesting. I had no knowledge of... Maybe this Melody can... Hayden must have kept... Hopefully we... I have highlighted... Okay, we can now... Up to you where to... Tomcat's led us in the right direction so far. It depends on what you want our focus... It's fitting. They're the two factors that... If we explore them both to...
And I deliberately zoomed through way too much of that, so I have no idea what's going on, but... I did that for a reason. God, I have such conflicted feelings about this game. Because on the one hand, I want to love it. It's probably the only game I've ever played that let me choose my pronouns. It's trying to do a lot with things like, trans issues, other kind of issues, abortion issues, all this stuff, but within a science fiction setting. They clearly put a tremendous amount of effort into all this flavor text, but it's just so badly designed in terms of stopping points. If you show us somebody died, which we didn't actually see, but take the word that the video said what Tomcat and Turing says is, let me pause rather than telling me the game doesn't autosave, and then dumping us into what was literally a reviewing scorecard for how we've been playing thus far through the first 2 chapters, and then a big old side quest from Tomcat, and then a big old side quest from Dr. Fairfield, when I'm still trying to wrap my head around all the other stuff we just did, and also my back hurts and I need to take a break. So it's like they didn't really think about disabled users in that sense. It's like we've got this guy who's in a medical wheelchair that I would sell an arm to have. That sounded awesome, having all my medication being automated and everything. But they haven't thought about the fact that maybe disabled people can't play for the 40 minutes in a row it took to spit all that out. So man, maybe if I hit escape, maybe there's a save right there and then button. Maybe I just don't know, but nowhere do I see or understand that. So anyway, I don't know if I'll be continuing on with this game. There's a lot of talking to listen to, and I feel like I'm not really creating any actual content for you guys, because it's just like they talk, I press a key, they talk, I press a key. There's no real commentary on my end because I'd be talking over them. So I guess let me know if you're liking these, but I don't know if I'm going to continue. I don't feel emotionally invested in the story, which really surprises me because I like everyone in it. I like Tomcat, I like Turing, I like Jess, I like the setting. I'm not sure what's not meshing for me. Maybe there's just too much extra flavor text of, now we're gonna go talk about the VR network in Tokyo, and I'm having a really hard time keeping track of what's actual valuable stuff for the case and what's just fluff text. Whenever a couple of videos ago, whenever Turing was telling us about his painting projects, I was like really concentrating on that, like, okay, this is gonna be relevant later, and now probably not. And I hate to I'm a writer, so I hate to just bash anything that adds character, even if it's not advancing the story, but there's almost too much adding of character and setting without advancing the story. It's like I'm having a hard time holding on to the actual threads of Hayden disappearing. And also, it's just kind of weird because you would think Turing would be very, very into Hayden's disappearance, but if I so much as look at a graffiti wall, it's like, I'm gonna now talk for 20 minutes about the history of graffiti in the future LA, and I'm like, can you not? I feel very uncharitable to not be sucked into that, but for some reason I'm not. So I don't know if I'll be continuing with this. I may go on with another game or back to one of the older ones. I'm also trying really hard to work up something with my Elgato and maybe do some Legend of Zelda for you guys. But I'm having a little bit of trouble with the sound quality on that, so we'll see. Thank you for sitting through this. Gosh, I think it was well over an hour, and I am sorry for that. Believe me, my back is yelling at me as much as the comments probably will for going overboard. My name is Anna Mardal. I will see you in the next Let's Play, which will probably be something else, the way I'm feeling right now. You guys be safe and take care out there. Goodbye.